Hello everyone and welcome to my presentation on the Chinese character Hui. So the Chinese character Hui is this one that you can see over here, and this is its traditional form. When I write it in the simplified form, you might be able to recognize it better. So this is Hui, the simplified form for this character, and it has three possible readings or pronunciations. The first one is the one that I just pronounced, Hui. Then there is Hui, and then there is Kwai in the fourth tone. So when this character is pronounced Hui in the fourth tone, it can be a verb where it means, for instance, to go and meet someone, for instance. It can be an auxiliary verb where it means to be able to do something. 我会跳舞, like I'm able to dance. Or it can be an indicator for the future tense for verbs. So if you say 我会去, it means I will go. Or also it can mean probability. So if you say 我会去, it means 我应该回去, it means I probably will go. So it indicates probability. Now if the pronunciation is hui, the third tone, in this case it means a brief amount of time, a brief period of time, a moment. And when the pronunciation is kwai, and I just found out about this a moment ago when I was preparing for this presentation, kwai, this pronunciation of this character can be found in words like 会计师, which is an accountant. And I've been using this word forever. I mean, I know how to say this, but I would never have thought that this character is actually in this word where the syllable kwai is. So a very interesting thing for me, at least, to find this out after such a long time. As I said, this is the traditional version of this character. The simplified version is over here. The simplified version consists of a man on the top and of a yun, of a cloud, on the bottom, which simplifies this entire element over here. And the explanation for this character, why it is written the way it is quite, as far as I know and as far as I have read, is quite dubious, because there is actually no real explanation. So I'm just going to tell you what people say it might mean. So according to Mr. Karlgren, this character consists of three parts. So I'm going to show you, this is the first part. It's over here. And it means to go and meet someone. This is the second part over here, which might mean fire. And this part over here, the third one, this is to say or to chat. So Mr. Karlgren said that because one of the meanings of this character is to go and meet someone, so he deducted from these three elements that the first one says to go and meet someone around a fire and chat. So that's why this character means to go and meet someone. I don't know. I just remember the character based on its shape. There is only one more character that is very frequently used, which is Ceng, that is very similar to this one. So it's not that difficult to distinguish them and not that difficult to confuse them. So actually, if you can remember this character only by its shape, it's going to probably be even easier for you rather than having to remember all these mnemonics. So now I'm going to show you how to write it, and then tell you what things to look out for while writing this character. So this is the stroke order. You start with the man on the top, first the falling stroke, 2, 3. Then you continue into the middle element, 1, 2, and this is a tricky part. Now you first do the vertical stroke in the middle, then this dian stroke, and then this pie stroke. Then you finish off this element, and you continue to the last element, 1, 2, 3. Make sure you don't touch, because if you do, it's going to be a completely different character, and you close it off. So one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this is actually a pretty complicated character to write, because there's a fairly large amount of strokes on a fairly small area, in a fairly small area. So one of the things that you need to look out for is to really proportion the character well, so that this part, and this part is well proportioned, because as soon as one of them is slightly bigger than it should be, the character is going to be too long. So this is the first thing. The second thing, as I said, this element over here, which is pronounced yue, and it means to say something. Especially in classical Chinese, you have this all over the place when direct speech is introduced. Before direct speech, the difference, there's another character which is pronounced r, which means this one over here, compared with this one. So as you can see over here, there is a lot of, well, there's not a lot of space, but there is space between the horizontal middle stroke and the vertical stroke, and that's what distinguishes it from this character over here. So this one is r and means the sun in classical Chinese, and this is yue, it means to say. So make sure you leave that little space over there. Let me clean this up again. And this middle element over here has this little tricky part where first you do this vertical stroke, you continue with this horizontal vertical, like so, and then you do the middle stroke first. You don't, because I never knew how to proceed with these 3 strokes in the middle of the character. So you first do the middle vertical stroke, and then you do the dian, and then you do the pie. And the way you do them is like this and this. So I never knew. I thought it was going to be something like this. Then I thought it's going to be something, yeah, actually I thought it was going to be something like this, or it was going to be something like this, but actually it's one is going from left to right, and the other one is going from right to left, like that. And that's basically it for this character. The simplified one is very easy to write. It only preserved the top element. The bottom element, as I said, is yun, and it means the cloud. Fairly easy to write, one horizontal stroke, and then this element over here. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and I'll see you in the next video.